Hey there, how's it going? What is up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your Mutt team. Enjoy the show. We are back today. We are going to keep it short and sweet, but we are going to talk about some Ultimate Legends and the three that came out today. Of course, we have that one limited time. Something that EA did do for us was give us those fan appreciation packs. So we'll be going over that here very shortly. And also, we are going to be talking about the market crash that kind of came along with that. First thing that I wanted to get kicked off with today, we were able to get in and get some competitive Twitch packs from Mudhead yesterday. They had their tournaments on Friday nights. Tuesdays, Thursdays in the morning, Madden has a daily drops where you can get some of these Twitch packs. They do not come along with that trophy, but on Friday nights, Mudhead does put something on that you can get these now as well. At this time of the year, those are the only times you actually can get them. Usually throughout the year, they had 6 times in the morning that you could tune in, but at this point, there is not nearly as many updates with players and other things, so they are not coming out nearly as frequently, which is a little bit disappointing because it is nice to hear um, even the little bit that is coming out, but you could tell over the last couple of months they've been having to go in and talk about the things that had previously came out. But the big news that kind of came on Friday, fan appreciation packs are back, so the market absolutely is crashing. I got a 93, and this one looks pretty hot as well. 95. Was looking at training. We'll be going into that here a little bit shortly, and this is one of the lowest players that I could have got for training, but does have some value. That'd been awesome if that was Brandon Scriff. We are going to try to build him at some points and try to get him sold off because the 90 overall version of him is very expensive, but that is a sidetrack. With these fan appreciation packs, you can expect a lot of elites. They will be giving you an ultimate legend piece, potentially a full one in that spot as well. So really with these packs, you might not be getting all of your money back unless you pull fairly well. With what I had pulled, I'll definitely be getting my money back. Get a couple above 90s, helps out a whole bunch, but if you do not have any of, this is going to be another good one. That was a full Ultimate Legend, so that is a great pull. Obviously, that'll get me pretty decent return if I either want training or the coins. At this point, I have accumulated a little bit too much training, so I will be using that in a few different ways that I've gone over in different videos. But that Tony G, again, is probably going to be going for training value, but still a 98 overall is still worth quite a bit. We can be going, or excuse me, we will be going over training and some of those things. Can expect him to go for around 100,000, maybe closer to 90. If you are going to be selling off these players, I would definitely wait until these fan appreciation packs go out of the store. If they are going to stay there, at least wait until the end of the weekend when less people are putting things up, and overnight people do get a little bit desperate. So a couple of tips regarding those. But if you were not in the Ultimate Legend tier for these fan appreciation packs, you will not be getting those just kind of gifted to you. You can go out and get them via the store. If you are one of the lower tiers, you might be getting one or a different set of packs. So that could be a little bit disappointing, but at this point of the year, if you're just doing your dailies and just open up a couple other get a player packs, you definitely would have had this knocked out by now. So I was going to double check and make sure those fan appreciation packs were in the store, and I'm very happy that I did. I did misspeak earlier. I don't usually buy a lot of packs from the store, so I honestly had not checked it out. I was just anticipating that one coming out. But since I did lie, we will be opening one of these Ultimate Legend packs, which are in the store as of Saturday morning. These don't always go the best, but we got a little bit of luck with that Tony G, so have to be doing pretty well with this. I guess we do have to pull a full legend to get our money back. Some of the lower level cards are worth something. They are you are able to use your tokens in sets. These are some pretty solid pulls for the first round. Kind of have to be honest, to make it even a little bit worth it. But if you're able to pull all at least elites through this, I tried to use a jet for a while. That is still pretty solid. Oh, Did not see very many veterans this year. Honestly, did not remember seeing that until right now, to be perfectly honest. That was kind of a cool animation. So we got a baby piece. That's not ideal. Come on, B95. No, did not break the ice. This is going to be another smaller one, and we got to have something fire, which we did not, but we'll always take a Barry Sanders. That was not the best Ultimate Legend Fantasy Pack pull. Definitely would have been better if they were fan appreciation packs, but hopefully those will be coming out a little bit later on. Maybe those were just as of Friday. Next up, just want to talk through a little bit of the market crash that has came out with this. You should be able to get training across the board less than 3. On Mudhead it says 2, but that is definitely rounding down because it is a little bit closer to 2.5 is what you will be getting. So getting your 96s, you should be able to get these closer to 40,000. I was very fortunate and actually got my first snipe of the year. I got one of these Elways for 3,500 coins and am currently trying to sell that off. I think that one is mine right now, so the lowest version of that one. So hopefully someone's trying to go pick them up. Don't know why that would be. But for training, if you're looking right about 2.5, I will link this spreadsheet in the video down below. But look for 96s under 42,000, so right around 40. With Elway and Marino out, they're pretty solid options for that. Even if you're looking for 97s, as you see with the halfbacks, that ticks up very, very quickly. But as you get over to the 97s, that's still above 2.5. So you might want to look back at quarterbacks and see. To be honest, I'm not sure if there was a 97. I might want to take that back. At least in Ultimate Legend anyway. And Ultimate Legends are definitely where you need to be looking at specifically. We will be filtering down to that more specifically, actually right now, to make sure that we're looking at what we need to, but there did not seem to be any 97s out for those quarterbacks, which is probably good to see. They needed to be up in that elite status. You'll need one on your team. Defense is a really good spot. Looking at left ends, again, that then gets below the 2.5 margin. Ed Too Tall Jones, we'll be getting into a little bit later. Him being 6'9" is kind of fun to see. But looking at middle linebackers, quarterbacks do seem to be where you need to go if you're looking at 96s. Going up to 97s, definitely look at defense. Defense is a pretty solid place to look. People don't think they're as valuable, but to be honest, I find them more valuable because you don't have as or you don't control each player on your team as much. Like you're giving each player a directive when you're on offense and you're running a majority of what they do. But on defense, each player has to do a certain things and you can only use a certain amount. But looking at 98 and 99 overalls for those trainings, again, we got that Tony Gonzalez. So I want to check him out at tight end, but these 98s, this falls right at the 2.5 mark as well. So anything under 88,000 for those. We'll get back into quarterbacks and see what we got there. 127. That's a little bit much, to be honest. But if we look over at quarterbacks, or excuse me, 99 overalls, not just the 98s, that is still a little bit more as well. But that has dipped a little bit even since this morning. Everything's dropped like 20%. A lot of people are on Saturdays more than they are throughout the rest of the week. So just something to throw out there. Wide receivers were at a good mark earlier. Yeah, 98s are around that 90,000 mark. Along with the other things we had to talk about today, we have those new Ultimate Legends. Ed Too Tall Jones coming in at 99 overall and 6'9". Just gives you something a little bit different to play with at this time of the year. Definitely a little bit slow for a defensive end, but play him in nickel and dime schemes. Just have him as your rushing defensive tackle. And some of those shorter quarterbacks just won't be able to get the ball over his head. So that is something really to consider. He is tremendous at getting after the quarterback and shutting down the run, so you can play him at defensive tackle and not really have to worry there. Has tremendous strength. A little bit slower than some of the defensive tackles that are out, to be honest, but none of them are 6'9". As you can see, he's 2 inches taller than a Julius Peppers even. Next man up is Marcus Allen coming out, being 6'2". Again, you have something a little bit different to work with. Le'Veon Bell does not um, look too much shorter than him. Honestly, I didn't realize he was 6'1". I want to look at a couple other of my running backs. I guess Peterson's about that tall as well. He might. Oops, excuse me. I flipped over to Barry. Looks very similar to an Adrian Peterson. Has better elusiveness, just not quite the trucker. Marcus Allen, especially in that jersey, gives me nightmares. I was not alive for that Super Bowl, but just that turnaround on that pitch just makes me scared and frustrated every single time. He is an absolute beast at running the football, just uber athletic and can catch the ball out of the backfield very, very well, also. So, just someone to think about. Um, Looking at the value of 99 overall players, I definitely would not pick him up this week. He's about twice of what training cost would be. So, with all players being down at this point of the year, unless you have just coins to blow, I would just wait on picking him up. And for our limited time today, we have Steve Hutchinson. He is tremendous at being a road grader. If you are able to toss on, I believe West Coast. To be honest, I haven't. It is West Coast because Quentin Nelson has the same issue. If you toss on West Coast on him, you can get him up to that 99 pretty much across the board. The one thing he falls a little bit short on with Quentin is he's not quite as fast, so that is a little bit of a knock on him, but he is an absolute road grader along the lines of Quentin as well. Just want to check his impact at 99 is very, very solid. So at the point of impact, he will win there and mount people over in 98 as well. So this is, along with Quentin Nelson, the best left guard in the game. If you are running things with Legend Chem, he is a player that you need to focus on, and he is tremendous at his position. The reason I focused on him a little bit more is because he might be the best at his position, to be perfectly honest. Definitely would have wanted to be powering him up throughout the year. Just as one other card you have to purchase, and then the rest can be training. And his highest card up until this point was 93 overall that you were able to get through a gauntlet set. So you might even have that player, or you might be able to swap your gauntlet player and get him. So you'd have to be using less coins even along those lines as well. So that is a great perk. There are some solid Ultimate Legends that came out today. Definitely wait a week to get them unless you are again flush with coins. I might be going out and getting a Marcus Allen, even though may give me a nightmare. Yeah, I would definitely advise picking him up next week and going out and getting all those other players you maybe have been waiting on because they have all dipped about 20% in price. But that is what we have for today. I wish you all the best and much love, everybody. Thank you for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back for more Madden knowledge. There will be consistent videos up every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage and hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care and much love, everybody.